Well, welcome to the Unindoctrination Station. I'm Jeffrey Daugherty, the Christian whistleblower, just with a small little discussion for you, small little question for you, something to ponder, something to consider. Who wrote the New Testament? I spent 25 years as a licensed minister. I have a Bible college graduate, over 100,000 hours of study in the biblical scriptures. And I'm asking this question because it's about time that we start asking questions and time we start questioning answers. So, folks, who wrote the New Testament? And I'm here to show you without a doubt that it was learned elders of Zion that wrote the New Testament. And if that kind of rings a bell to you, perhaps it should, and perhaps you should consider linking publications with similar names and similar authors into similar genres and wrapping your mind around that one. So who wrote the New Testament, ladies and gentlemen? It's a simple question. It has very simple answers. There's the Christian view, who wrote the New Testament. According to Christians, the New Testament, which is from Matthew on through Revelation, the New Testament, according to Christians, was written by the apostles of the Jesus character, the disciples, sometimes they're called, and the apostle Paul. So it was either disciples of the Jesus character or the apostle Paul that wrote the entirety of the New Testament. And I'd like you to consider for a moment, that being true, the story, that's a true rendition of the story. And if the story's true, then every single writer of the New Testament shared the same nationality, didn't they? Name that nationality. Now, you don't have to name it out loud, but I'm just saying to yourself, name that nationality. The New Testament was written exclusively by one nationality. Name that nationality. And we can, of course, assume that they were learned elders of that community which wrote the Bible because, of course, they wanted the best and the brightest. Ergo, ladies and gentlemen, the New Testament was written by the learned elders of Zion. And by the way, it wasn't written in Greek. It was written in Hebrew, translated back into Greek. That is my view. Okay, what about the Caesar's Messiah view? Well, according to Caesar's Messiah and its author, Joseph Atwill, who we've had on several times, and I believe he's 100% correct, according to Caesar's Messiah, the New Testament was written by Jewish scribes who were conscripted by the emperors Vespasian, Titus, and Domitian and told what to write. And again, folks, if the Caesar's Messiah's view is correct, then every single writer of the New Testament, again, shares the same nationality. Name that nationality. The reason that Rome hired them and really gave them a choice between living or dying, living and writing, or dying and not writing, or not writing and dying, I should say, they were of the same nationality. They were learned scribes and elders. The New Testament was written by learned elders of Zion, period, whichever group that you are a member of. So what's the conclusion? According to both Christian tradition and the excellent scholarship of Caesar's Messiah, the New Testament was written by learned elders of Zion. The fact is not even in dispute. Both camps agree that the learned elders of a certain nationality wrote it. The only dispute is whom they were working for. Were they conscripted by Roman emperors, or did they write of their own volition? The fact remains, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, cousins of all ages, that every single writer of the New Testament shares the same nationality. Name that nationality. The New Testament was written by the learned elders of Zion. Now you know who wrote the New Testament. and whether you start connecting dots and putting together breadcrumbs and start saying, well, if those learned elders wrote this and those learned elders wrote that, they're both the same people. They wrote, oh my, are there corollaries? Are there correlations? Are there analogies? Do I need to wake up? Yeah, you do, because we now know who wrote the New Testament, ladies and gentlemen. The learned elders of Zion. I'm Jeffrey Daugherty, the Christian whistleblower, saluting those of you seeking after truth and asking the rest of you, you like apples? What do you think about them apples? We'll see you tonight at 10 p.m. for Late Night in the Heartland. I have a presentation tonight about prophecy being communism. We'll open up the phone lines for your calls, your questions, for those of you that have the balls to make the calls, which are very, very few and far in between, but that's okay. We will still continue to leave the light on if the crickets ever come home. This is the Unindoctrination Station. This has been a little tidbit teaser for Late Night in the Heartland, and I am your tidbit teaser himself, Jeffrey Daugherty, about to enjoy a nice steak dinner. Until then, you are the last generation of real humans. It's time to unindoctrinate yourself and get busy.